Good evening, friends. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, right. Today, I am going to explain. Before going to write the program, we have to write the algorithm. Today, I will explain what is algorithm, how to write them. Right. Can I wait a minute? All right. Now, what is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but step-by-step procedure. If you want to ride a bike, there is a procedure. What is the procedure? You have to start the bike with key. Then there are some gears. You have to move to first gear. Then you have to start the vehicle. After that, second gear. After that, third gear. After that, fourth gear. Whenever you want to slow, then you have to come back from fourth gear to third gear to second gear, like that. Yet finally, if you want to stop, then you have to press the brakes and you have to come back to neutral and then you have to stop the vehicle. It is nothing but step-by-step procedure. In the same manner, we have to write a step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. That procedure is called as algorithm. Today, I will explain some algorithms before going to solve the problems. Right. Now, what is the algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but step-by-step procedure. Step-by-step procedure. Right. It always begins with the start. It always begins with start. And it always ends with the stop. It always ends with stop. Now, what is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but step-by-step procedure. Algorithm always begins with which letter? Start letter. Algorithm always ends with which letter? Stop letter. Right. If you want to perform any operation, you have to use calculate keyword. To perform any operation, we have to use calculate keyword. Right. Now I will solve some programs and algorithms for you. First one is write an algorithm to find sum of two numbers. Now it is nothing but step-by-step procedure. First step, it is always start. To find the sum of two numbers, what we have to do? We should have two numbers, no? We have to read two numbers. Reading means we have to use input keyword. Input. What is the question? Type two numbers. We have to type two numbers. After that, what we have to do? We have to read. The numbers are A, B. I am thinking first number is A, second number is B. To print this message, we have to use display or print message. Display command or print command you can use. After reading A, B, you can find the sum. How to find? You have to use calculate. What you are going to find? Sum. What is the formula? A plus B. It is the formula. In this way, you can find the sum of two numbers. After finding the sum, you have to print the result. For that, you can use print command or you can use display command. Display sum. Finally, you have to stop the program. In this way, you can write an algorithm to find the sum of two numbers. Listen carefully. What is algorithm? Algorithm is nothing but step-by-step procedure to solve a problem. Algorithm always begins with which keyword? Start keyword. This is. Algorithm always ends with which letter? Stop letter. To perform any operation, which keyword I have to use? Calculate. Calculate keyword I have to use. To read the data, which keyword I have to use? To read the data, we have to use input keyword. Input keyword. To print the output, which keyword I have to use? Display keyword I have to use. To print result, we have to use display or print keyword. Is it okay? How to write an algorithm? Now note on this. Note on this one. After completion of writing, please tell me. Right, completed. Now, I will write one more algorithm and I will go to next topic. Write an algorithm to find area of rectangle. How to find area of rectangle? First of all, we have to start the algorithm. What is the formula to find the area of rectangle? Tell me. Formula is length into width. Am I right? Good. Here we have to read length, we have to read width. How to read them? Before going to read, we have to ask type. What we required? Length as well as width we required. Right. How to read the data? By using which keyword? By using input keyword. Input of length means L, width means W. After reading length comma width, what we can do? We can find the area. To calculate anything, you have to use calculate keyword. Calculate. Area equal to length into width. Now you find the area. After that, what to do? We have to display the result. How to display? By using display command. Display. What you have to display? Area. Now display area. After displaying the area, what we have to do? Finally, we have to stop the loop algorithm. So stop. It is the algorithm. We have to start. After that, we have to read length comma width. After reading length comma width, we can find the area. After finding, we have to display the result. After that, we have to stop the program. It is a simple program to find area of rectangle, right? Note on this one. Kamlesh, good response. Yes, L and W, here L and W are variables. Okay. I didn't tell you why, because you don't know what is variable. That's why I didn't tell you. Right? Actually, L is a variable, W is a variable. Some new students are there. They may feel what is a variable. Right? I will explain you later. L for length, W for width. How to get area? By multiplying length into width. So in that way, I find the area and print. Right. After completion of writing, please tell me. Good. Completed. Good. Now, the next topic in C programming language is what is data types? What is the meaning of data type? Whenever you go to cool drink shop, there are so many cool drinks, Thumbs Up, Maaza, Pepsi, Coca-Cola. What are these? These are nothing but types of drinks. Whenever you go to hotel, there are so many things. Idli, dosa, chapati. What are those? Those are the types in tiffin. In the same manner, data also having some types. Those are nothing but data types. Now, what is a data type? Actually, it is a keyword. It is a keyword. Keyword means a reserved word. Data types are reserved for some purpose. So it is called as keyword. It explains about type of data. It explains about type of data. Right. It explains about type of data. C language provides 4 types of data types. C provides how many types of data types? 4 types of data types. I will explain in table. See this? Right. It is serial number. It is a data type name. It is size of data type. It is example. Right. How many data types are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 types of data types are there. Now on keyboard you can see letter A, letter B, letter C, letter D. Alphabets you can see on keyboard, no? Those are nothing but character data type. Character. In computer it can be treated as character. And you can find a plus symbol, minus symbol, into symbol, by symbol. All symbols also characters. Right. Now on keyboard you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. When you press 1 and 0, then it becomes 10. When you press 1, 2, 5, then it becomes 125. So all these are known as numbers. In C language, those are called as integers. Those are called as integers. In between 1 and 2, you can find 1.1, you can find 1.2, you can find 1.12, like this. All these are called as floating point numbers. So float. Now same 1.1, 1.2, 1.12, all these are also called as double. Now you may get one doubt. Sir, what is float? What is double? You are saying 1.1 is float. Again you are saying 1.1 is double. It's not good. But what is the difference between float and double? You have to identify that. Float and double both are same. But how many precisions are there? Precisions are nothing but digits after dot operator. Those are called as precisions. How many precisions are there? It depends upon float and double. Suppose I will give 2 examples to you. Note. Example 1. I am taking a float variable. Float result equal to 100 by 3. I am taking double variable. Double result equal to 100 by 3. Now what will be the answer for 100 by 3? 33.3333 like this. Here also 100 by 3 is equal to Same 33.33333 and so on. But float maintains 6 precisions. It maintains only 6 series, 3 and 3, 6 precisions. Whereas double maintains 10 precisions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it maintains 10 precisions. How many precisions are there? It becomes, if a number having 10 precisions, then it is called double. A number having only 6 precisions, then it is called float. Here see, it has only 1 precision. Now you cannot predict whether it is float or whether it is double. It may be double or it may be float also. Right. Like this, the difference between float and double is that just the precisions, the difference of precisions is called as float or double. Now, whenever you store the data in computer, it occupies some size. The size of alphabets is only 1 byte. 1 byte. The size of integer, it is 2 bytes. It is 2 bytes. The size of float, it is 4 bytes. It is 4 bytes. The size of double, it is 8 bytes. It is 8 bytes. Now, this is about data types. Now, what you find here? What is the note here? Float maintains how many precisions? Float data type maintains 6 precisions. Double data type maintains 10 precisions. 10 precisions. Right. So this is about data types. How many data types are there in C language? 4 types of data types are there. Right. Now write out this. Note down this. Kamlesh. Yes, space also a character. In simple terms, whatever you type using keyboard, all are characters only. After that, it will be converted into integer. After that, it will be converted into double. After that, it will be converted into float. Right? So suppose I mentioned a character 5, digit 5. It is integer. Suppose I mentioned within the single quotation, then it is a character. Right? Whatever you can find on keyboard, all are characters only. String is different. I will tell you what is string later. Right? These are about data types. After completion of writing, please tell me, friends. Right. Now, the next one is modifiers. What is the meaning of modifier? My dear friends, suppose I have 2 liters water bottle. In that 2 liters water bottle, how much of milk can I pour? How much of milk can I store? I can store half liter. I can store 1 liter. I can store 1.5 liter. Up to 2 liters, I can store. Am I right? Yes. If I pour beyond 2 liters, then what happens? In 2 liters water bottle, suppose I pour 3 liters milk, then what happens? 1 liter milk will be wasted, overflow and wasted. Right. Now, in the same manner, what is the size of integer? Integer size is 2 bytes. In this 2 bytes memory, you can store 32,767 2 minus 32,768. The numbers in between these two, we can store in integer. Suppose there is an employee whose salary is 40,000. Now, can I store 40,000 in integer? Is it possible? Not possible. Why? Because in 2 liters water bottle, we cannot store 3 liters of milk. In the same manner, in integer, you cannot store 40,000, value 40,000. Now, 40,000 is actually round number, no? It is just like as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. It is integer only, but we cannot store 40,000 in integer. Then what to do? We have to increase the size of the bottle. If you want to store 3 liters milk, then you have to increase the size of the bottle. If the bottle size is 5 liters, then it is okay. If the bottle size is 3 liters, then also it is okay. In the same manner, you have to change the size of integer. For that, you have to use modifiers. Now, what is a modifier? Modifier is nothing but it is a keyword. It is also a keyword. It is a keyword. Keyword means a reserved word. It is a keyword. What is the use of this one? It is used to modify or alter the meaning of data types. The meaning of data types. C language provides 4 types of modifiers. C language means C language. C language provides 4 types of modifiers. One is long. Second one is short. Third one is signed. Fourth one is unsigned. Unsigned. Right. These 4 are the types of modifiers. Suppose I want to increase the size of integer, then I have to write long integer. It will increase the size of integer. Suppose I want to decrease the size of integer, then I can write a short integer. Suppose I want to store only positive numbers. Positive numbers means signed or unsigned. Number 10, it is positive number. Sign is there or not? No sign. Without sign. So it is nothing but unsigned. So if you want to store only positive numbers, unsigned integer you have to use. unsigned integer. If you want to store only negative number, so you have to use signed integer. Signed integer. In this way, you can use modifiers. Modifiers are used to modify the meaning of data types. Right? So write on this. What is modifier? Is it clear? Jyotirmayi, Singh, Payal, Shagil Khan. Are you getting? Are you understanding what I am saying? What I am saying? Good, good, good. Note on this modifiers. Completed? Right, good. Now, the next topic is what is variable? So, whenever you go to college, you will take a bag, you will take a lunch box, you will take a water bottle. What is the use of water bottle? Why we have to take? What is the use of lunch box? What is the use of college bag? All these are containers. Those help to store something. If you want to store water, then you need a bottle. If you want to store lunch, then you need a lunch box. If you want to store books, then you need a bag. Those containers are called as variables. That's it. Now, what is a variable? Variable is nothing but it is a container. What is that? It is a container. What is the use of this one? It is used to store the data. What you can store here? The data you can store. So it is a container, it can store the data. In a variable, you can store only one value. Its capacity is to store a single value. So it can store only one value. Right. Where these variables will be created inside the memory. So these variables are created inside the memory. So your water bottle, it will be kept in a bag. Your lunch box, it is also kept in bag. In the same manner, variables always created inside the computer memory. So it creates inside the computer memory. Why it is called as variable? Why it is not box? Why it is not container? Why it is called as variable means it can vary its value. Vary means it can change its value. Vary, variation, change. So it is called as variable. It can change its value. Change its value. So it is called as variable. Now I will explain how to create variable in memory. using paintbrush. See this? This is called memory. Here you have to name it as memory. What is the name of this one? It is called memory. Here you can store data. Suppose I want to store roll number. For that I have to create a container. Suppose I want to store student name. For that I have to create a container. Suppose I want to store average marks. For that I have to create a container. So these are nothing but containers created inside the memory, right? But every container should have a name. Now in this I am going to store roll number. So I named it as roll number. In this container I am going to store student name. So I will create a name student name. In this I am going to store average marks of a student. So I am going to name it as average marks. So it is about this container is roll number. This container means this variable is S name. This variable is average. So every variable must have a name or not? Yes, it must be identified by a name. It must be identified by a name. Right. So these are about variables. How many variables I created here? In this example, I created 3 variables. This is about variables. Right. This is about variables. Now, what is a variable? Variable is a container. What we can store in this container? We can store the data. Right? How many values we can store in one container? In one container, we can store only one value. It cannot store more than one value. Right? So, where these variables will be created? Inside the memory, computer memory. It can change its value. So, it is called as variable. Every variable must be identified by a specific name. It must have a name. So, this is about a variable. Note this. What is a variable? Kamlesh, in our days, in today's, all the computers are having some GBs of data, some GBs of memory. So out of memory is not occurred in these days. Okay. A variable may be 1 byte or 2 bytes or 4 bytes or 8 bytes. There is no chance to overcome it. After completion of writing, please tell me. Completed? Can I go to next topic? Good, good, right. Now, the next topic is how to create these variables. Means creation of variables or declaration of variables. Declaration of variables. Now see here, how many variables I created here? I created 3 variables. One is roll number, second one is student name, third one is average marks. Here I created roll number, I created student name, I created average marks. Now for this container, how much of memory I have to allocate? That can be told by mention the data type. In this variable, what you can store? You can store a roll number. Roll number means it is integer. Am I right? It is a number, no? Roll number is nothing but number. Number means integer. So you have to write integer here. Whenever you write integer, what is the size of integer? Tell me. The size of integer is 2 bytes. Computer create a variable with a 2 byte size and named it as RNO. Right. So what is the size of this container? Only 2 bytes, because I mentioned integer here. The size of integer is 2 bytes. Now, in this, what you can store? You can store student name. Suppose I want to store Kamesh. Means how many letters are there in Kamesh? 6 letters. So letters are nothing but characters. Am I right? So I have to specify characters. In that I am going to store 6 letters. So this is about string. What is this? This is about string. If you don't mention the size, then it is character. If you mention the size, then it is called as string. String is nothing but a group of characters. Here you can store 6 characters. Suppose you mentioned 100 here. Now you can store up to 100 characters. In this way, you can create a string. In this average, what you can store? You can store average marks of a student. The average means float, 80.5%, 90.5%, right? If a number having dot operator, then it is called float, no? So in this way, you have to create variables. You have to create variables, right? Now these 3 are the examples. What is the syntax? Tell me. How to create a variable? Syntax means how to create, how to use. That is known as syntax. First of all, we need to mention what? First of all, we need to mention the data type. What we have to mention? Data type we have to mention. After that, what we have to mention? We have to mention the variable name. After that, we have to mention the variable name we have to mention. Right. This is about syntax. This is about examples. 3 examples and 1 syntax. Now, how to create a variable? Tell me. By mentioning the data type as well as by mentioning the variable name, you can create a variable. So, variable can be created by mention the data type and variable name right? It is the way of creating variables. These 3 lines create 3 variables like this inside the memory, right? Creation and declaration both are same words. Creation of variable or declaration of variable both are same. Note of this. My dear friends, all these are demo classes, right? I will take just 50 minutes per day. After completion of demo classes, I will take entire full hour, 1 hour class I will take, right? Now, after writing this, if you have any doubt, you can ask, otherwise you can leave. After writing this, if you have any doubt, you can ask. Otherwise, you can leave from the class. I will explain you, Kamlesh, how we can assign the value to a variable. I will explain later, right? Just now we are, I am saying that how to create a variable. That's it. Later I will explain all the things. Don't worry. Shagil Khan, is it okay to you? Can I close the session? Can I close the session? Khan Sahab, completed your writing? Thank you. Good, good. Thank you.